Hi everyone, welcome to our lesson. Today we are tackling one of the most important algebra topics, solving linear inequalities. We will go step by step through 5 examples from simple linear to compound linear inequalities. By the end of the lesson, you will be able to handle fractional coefficients like 3/7x. You'll be able to represent your answers in a way that impresses the examiner. Welcome. Let us dive in. We have our first example here. X minus 4 is less than 7. So this is our first example that we are going to handle. So remember what we said about such an example. We said that the first thing to do here is to correct the right terms. Do you see this 4? So the first thing to do is to take 4 to the other side. And if you remember well, we said that when we take a unit to the other side, it changes a sign. We said that very clearly during our previous lessons. So we shall have our x being less than 7 plus 4. That is it, guys. Now, what is 7 plus 4? We shall have our equation as x less than 11. That is the answer. Now, let us consider this other example. We have 5x being less than or equal to 1. This is what I want you to do as usual. I want you to take your notebook and try to do this example as we have done the previous one. You can pause this video and first do it on your notebook and see whether we shall have the same answer. Now let us proceed. Now the first thing here is to take this 5 to the other side. Do you remember that? So when we take this 5 to the other side, you can see 5 here is positive. So when we take it to the other side, it becomes negative. So we shall have our equation as negative of x is less than or equal to 1 minus 5. Alright? Is that point on? So we shall have our negative of x being less than or equal to negative 4. That is it. Now, what do you notice about the coefficient figure of x? The coefficient figure of x in this example is negative. So we shall do something special about the sign of inequality here. And I want you to note this because we shall be doing it in all examples where the x coefficient is negative. Now, this is what we do. We take our x. Remember, we first divide both signs by -1. So, by -1, we say we get x as positive. Then, by -1, on the other side, 4 is positive. But for this sign of inequality, it will change direction. Do you see that? Whenever we have the coefficient of our variable being a negative, we shall always be changing the direction of our sign of inequality. It is that point on? Good. And the answer will be x is less than or, and the answer will be x is greater than or equal to 4. Is that point on? Good, let us proceed. Now we have another example here. We have 2x plus 5 being greater than 11. As usual, I want you to pause this video and try doing it on your notebook. And later, try to compare whether the answer you get is the same as the one we shall get here soon. Alright. Now, the first thing as usual is to take this 5 to the other side. Do you see that? This 5 will be taken to the other side, and because it is positive on this side, when we take it to the other side, it will be negative. So we shall have our 2x being greater than 11 minus 5. Alright, because 5 here is positive, now the other side it will be negative. Now we proceed. We have our 2x being greater than 6. What do we do from here? Remember, we want x. So we divide both sides by the coefficient figure of x, which happens to be 2 in this example. So we say by 2x, then by 2, 3. And that happens to be our answer. During the previous lesson, during the next lesson, I will show you how to graph this on a graph or on a number line. So stay tuned. I'll soon bring you that lesson. Alright, let us proceed. Now consider this example whereby we have 4 minus 3 over 4x being less than 3. What do you do here? I want you to pause the video again. First do the example on your notebook and compare with how we are going to do it here. Now, the first thing here is to make all the units or numbers. We shall not be dealing with any fraction here. So we shall remove this fraction by multiplying every unit by 4. The denominator of this fraction here. So we shall multiply everything by 4. So 4 times 16, so 4 times 4 becomes 16. Then 3 over 4 times 4 becomes 3. So we shall have 3x being less than 3 times 4. 3 times 4 is 12. And that is our linear inequality. We solve it from there as usual. Now, here, if this is our equation, what do you think is the next step? The next step is to carry this 16 and take it to the other side. Do you remember that step? So we shall take this 16, remember it is positive 16, and when we take it to the other side, it becomes negative 16. Alright? So let us see. So on this side, we shall remain within the negative of 3x, and which is less than 12 minus 16. Now, what is 12 minus 16? On this side, we shall have our negative of 3x being equal to negative of 4, because 12 minus 16 is 4. Now, we have our linear inequality here. What do you think we should do from here? Remember, we want to have x on one side. What do we do from here? We divide both sides by the coefficient figure of x. So we shall say divide by negative 1 over 3, divide by negative 1 over 3 on this other side. So, and remember our coefficient is negative. What did we say about, what did we say that we shall be doing when we get an example whereby the coefficient figure of our variable is negative? Do you remember? Do you remember? So we shall divide by negative of 3, then we get x on this side, and on the other side we get 4 over 3. 4 over 3. So we shall say our answer is x is greater than 4/3. Remember, we changed the direction of our sign of inequality because the coefficient figure of x is negative. That point is on. I think it is well understood. Let us look at another example. We have -2, which is less than x plus 4 less than 6. Can you do this? Do you want to try this one? This one is known as a compound linear inequality. You can see we have two signs of linear inequality. Whenever you get such an example whereby you have more than one sign of linear inequality, in our case here we have this one and this one. Those are two signs of linear inequality. So because of the signs are two here, we say that this linear inequality is compound linear inequality. Is that point home? Good. Now, how do we solve this? We solve this by dividing this into two parts. So our first step is to divide it into two parts. This is the first part, -2 less than 4 than x plus 4. That is our first part. Let us write it there. Plus 4. Good. That is our first part. Our second part will be x plus 4 is less than 6. X plus 4 is less than 6. So these two signs of linear inequalities will be guiding us. All right? So we shall not go past this sign of linear inequality. That is how we group them. So on this other side we shall have x being x plus 4 less than 6. Now we solve them independently. Do you see these two simple linear inequalities we formed? Now we shall solve them independently, the way we've been solving them in other examples. All right? So let us find out what next. For this one, for this first simple inequality, we shall say I first want you to think and tell me, what are we supposed to do next? We shall take this 4 to the other side. And remember, this 4 here is positive. For this second one, we shall take this 4 to the other side. And again, remember, this 4 is positive. And when we take a number to the other side or any unit to the other side, our sign must be changed. All right? Good. So we have negative of 2 minus 4 is less than x. That is our first equation. Our second linear inequality, we said we shall take 4 to the other side. So we shall be having our x being less than 6 minus 4. Now let us evaluate further. Upon evaluating further, what is, for the first equation, what is -2 -4? Good. It is -6. So we shall have -6 is less than x. And for the second one, we shall have x being less than 2. X being less than 2. Because 6 minus 4 is 2. Alright? That is the case. Now, we have two solutions here. We have this one and this one. Those are two solutions. But you can see that there is something common here. x. We have negative of x being less than negative of 6 being less than x, and x in turn is also less than 2. So we shall combine that into one compound linear inequality solution, and this is how we do it. We take 6, negative of 6 less than x, and then combine with x less than 2. That is it, guys. Did you understand? I hope so. Remember, you can rewind the video, watch as many times as possible, and you can pause when necessary. You can send your feedback, and I will be sure to reply to your concern. Thank you for watching. Remember to subscribe.